Hello everyone, this is Babamots with another Homeworlds game commentary. Today I've got Crit1Calends versus WinsomeSniper. These are both very strong players, and I think this was an arena game, playing for position on the board game arena. So, high-ish stakes. Crit takes a yellow banker, and Sniper takes a red fortress. I am speaking softly as usual to avoid waking up my family. Both players trade for yellow, presumably in part at least because the yellow economy is accelerated by Crit's small yellow star. So both players will get an early medium ship. Crit trades for red right away rather than spreading out their yellows. Sniper takes the one extra beat that they have to build a G1 rather than trading one of their yellows for red right away. Crit builds red again, and here you see that Sniper only had one extra beat. If they want to trade in for reds at the small level, I'm going to trade their G1 for red. If they'd delayed any more, they would have had to trade their Y2 to get into the red economy. But now they've opened up the medium reds. Crit gets one, and so does Sniper. Crit spreads out their reds, prepares to build an R3. So Sniper has a choice whether to spread out their reds as well and also build an R3, or they can block Crit's build by trading one of their smaller reds for another color, blue being likely. Sniper looking at going to a yellow colony, but green is better because it lets them build the R3. Crit now, instead of building the R3, decides to block by trading for blue. Sniper pursues more yellow. Sniper's in a better position to get yellows than Crit is, since Crit has the yellow home star holding them back a little bit, but Sniper did open up the medium yellows, so Crit gets one of those. Sniper now spreads out their yellows by pushing forward their medium yellow instead of a small. They are not immediately threatening to overpopulate Crit's 3 yellows at home, their star and 2 ships. But by pushing forward the medium, they are defending their colony with a medium. So that's a trade-off they've chosen. Crit spreads out their yellows. Both players prepared to build large yellows now. Sniper takes one, Crit takes one. Rather even positions, except that Sniper doesn't have a blue ship. They consider taking a large yellow, which Crit could overpopulate by sacrificing Y2, moving their medium yellow into Sniper's home, which is not too bad of a trade for either player. Sniper is going to decide against that, though, instead sacrificing Y2 to spread out both their red and their yellow. Let's see if they commit to that. No. They trade little yellow for little blue. So now really very mirrored positions. Small differences that Sniper has medium red instead of medium yellow at home, and Crit has medium red in the colony. Okay, Crit spreads out the blue, Sniper spreads out the blue, keeping up the mirror. Crit builds green, Sniper trades R2 for G2. Now, Sniper could have, if they wanted another green ship, they could have built a small, but medium greens unlock leapfrogging opportunities, so they've probably got their eye on these yellows. The large yellow is being blocked by the small yellow in the bank right now. But if Sniper spreads out their yellow ships, they can sacrifice the G2 to build both of these yellows. I suspect that's what they've got their eye on. Crit trading small green for small red. That's not such a good move, I think. They should build a small red instead of trading. The only reason to trade for something that you could build in the same place is if you really need to get rid of that ship that you're trading away. Crit has no reason to block up the green bank. Not much anyway. Sniper does have a green advantage, so I guess that could be a very far-looking move on Crit's part, but I don't think so. Alternatively, if you are in danger of being overpopulated, you'd want to get rid of a ship like that. Otherwise, they should just build the R1. Yeah, they take it back and just build. Alright, Sniper now, spreading out their yellows as anticipated, so they can sacrifice the G2 for the build. Crit blocks the Y3 build by discovering the Y3 as a star. Sniper takes the opportunity to build an R2. And by the opportunity, I mean they have room at their colony to do it safely, but if they do, they open up the larges for Crit to build. Yeah, so Crit gets an additional large ship, so Crit's ahead on larges now. And Sniper only got a medium for it. Sniper might spread out their reds. They do, and they do it and threaten Crit's colony where they discovered the Y3 star. Having a green at a large star is really nice. It's an investment. Crit could have potentially, when they had spread out their yellows some more, sacrificed the G1 to build another Y3. But Sniper spoils that by moving in the red. Crit, though, honestly here, I think what Crit should do is ignore the threat to this G1 and simply spoil the R3 build that Sniper has coming by either trading away one of their little reds. Yeah, definitely trading away one of their little reds. Trade away the little red for a little blue so that Sniper can't get two large reds. But Crit decides to move their little green back home. Rather than simply moving it, they do a green teleport, sacrificing and rebuilding. A little fancy. Sniper sacrifices G2 to build his two reds. So Sniper now has a moderate material lead, I'd say. Crit has more smaller ships, I think. Maybe they're just grouped differently. No, Crit has more smaller ships that I don't think quite add up to the value of an additional large. Crit moves a little red into Deneb, threatening a slow-pushed overpopulation. Sniper can simply ignore this threat, or rather, Sniper can just back away with, say, their red 2 to maybe a yellow 1. Or maybe Sniper will decide that there's nowhere they want to run away to. If they move to a yellow 1, Crit can pursue with, say, the Y3 ship. So Sniper may decide instead to sacrifice R2 to capture this little red. It's a downgrade from an R2 to an R1, and Crit can just then build that R2. But at least Sniper won't have their red 2 chased around. And they do perform the sacrifice, and Crit builds that R2. Sniper now spreading out their larges So Sniper now controls 3 colonies, and they've got a nice amount of space for staging doomsday machines on Crit's doorstep. The stars for their colonies, unfortunately, are yellow and blue, which are the colors of Crit's stars. So when Sniper may need to put yellows in Castor and blues in Deneb to keep everything spread out. They'll probably need at least one. You don't want to have all 3 blues in one colony. So they may need to put one of them in Castor, but that's no, let's see, the other way around. So if the if Crit's small yellow star is destroyed first, then the Crit's remaining blue star will be connected to small colonies like Betelgeuse. So Sniper can keep one blue in Betelgeuse, 2 in Deneb, but they'll need their 3 yellows spread among these 2 colonies, or they may discover another colony, who knows, which will put 2 yellow things in each, one of them being the star in the case of Deneb, which could be a chance Crit has to attack that doomsday machine. Okay, that's not the type of thing I usually talk about, so I wanted to bring it up. Alright, Crit sacrificing the little green for the little blue build. There's no reason to do that sacrifice. They could just build the blue. No need to sacrifice. Instead, spreading out their larges. They thought about a medium colony, but then decided on a small. There's the medium colony would not be connected to WinsomeSniper's home. So in a sense, it's less powerful that way, but it would have been connected to both this row of colonies and Betelgeuse, so maybe that would have provided something. But I think they made the better choice, getting more aggressive. Sniper now building a little yellow. With that little yellow, Sniper has all the yellow they need for a doomsday machine, and in fact is threatening to destroy Crit's yellow star right this minute. If Sniper sacrifices this Y3, then they can move yellow 2 and little yellow twice, and there will be 1, 2, 3, 4 yellow things in Crit's home for the overpopulation. So Crit, and this is a little bit of a tricky thing to spot. Because it requires sacrificing a Y3 and moving something from 2 jumps away, so there's a chance Crit will miss this. But Crit's a good player. Okay, they did not see or chose not to react to it. Let's see if Sniper sees it and thinks that it's worth sacrificing a large ship for a star at this point. Didn't see it or didn't think it was worth it. They just build a blue. Crit now has the medium blues open to them. They build it. Still nobody thinking about that that star demolition that we can tell. I myself would have been very tempted to jump at that star demolition, because if you can make your opponent provide one of the stars that you use, provide one of the ships used to destroy their star, it's one less ship that you have to build and position properly. And even though it's a big material investment, I think Sniper's got enough large ships remaining that they can properly defend the rest of their doomsday machine as it builds up. So Sniper spreads out their blues. Crit sacrifices a little blue to trade red for blue. Yeah, so blue is the color of the last large ship to build. So both players want to be well positioned to build it if it becomes available. Crit trades out their large red for large blue. So Crit is now extremely close to a Doom, or sorry, Sniper. Sniper trades R3 for B3 and is now extremely close to a Doomsday Machine. If they, so if Crit doesn't respond right now, Sniper, as before, sacrifices Y3 to move in these two yellows, catastrophe-ing Crit's Y2 and their yellow star, and then Crit's home will be connected to Betelgeuse, so Sniper can move in this blue, which Crit may capture or not. Sniper can move in their B3, which Crit really needs to capture because Sniper has this red 3 ready to capture most of what Crit has at home if Crit does not capture that B3, and then Sniper can sacrifice their last yellow ship to move that B1 into Crit's home since they're now connected, and that would be a win. So Sniper is very close to a win. It takes them 1 turn to move in the yellows, and then 3 turns to move in the blues. That's 4 turns. Crit, on the other hand, is also not all that far away from a Doomsday Machine. They've got 2 of the blues they need. If they lose their Y3, they've still got 2 yellow ships left that are pretty good for moving in multiple ships at a time, but they need to move around to get their blues into position to destroy Sniper's blue star. They still need a blue build turn. I think Sniper is fairly comfortably ahead on the Doomsday Machine race. Okay, Crit builds that B2, and they may... I think there's a good chance they'll decide to move both of these blues into the Deneb colony with the Y2 sacrifice, so that Sniper loses a big piece of their Doomsday Machine. Let's see if Sniper destroys the star now. No, interesting. They move forward their little blue. I wonder if Sniper takes out the blue star first. So say Sniper sacrifices Y3 to move these 3 blues into Crit's home. Then Sniper only has 3 yellow ships left. The homes will be connected, so Sniper can move this yellow in 1 move. But this yellow is not connected to Crit's home. So if Sniper wants to do the blue first, they haven't quite got things arranged right. Oh, they see the yellow star demolition and they take it. Let's see if they commit. They do. All right, so the race is on. Crit, I think, is going to want to destroy these blues, like I said. Or they might think they've got the... Oh, with the Y3 sacrifice? Oh, okay, with the Y3 sacrifice, they not only blow up those blues, but they also threaten another piece of Sniper's machine here. Sniper sacrifices little yellow to reinforce their colony. Let's see what Crit does now. They could sacrifice Y2 to evacuate. They could even sacrifice Y2 to move in these 2 reds to overpopulate Sniper's reds, taking out a large ship as they go. They were thinking about sacrificing the R2 to capture these little guys. Okay, and Sniper can only take one back. Let's see if they commit. Crit commits. The board is so much simpler now than it was a moment ago. Couple of catastrophes. Okay. Sniper has no yellow ships. They could move this little red into Crit's home, but there's no real reason to do that. I think Sniper needs to capture that B2. There's not much else they can do here. Crit may decide to sacrifice green to build some reds and overpopulate that red. Yeah, and in fact that it was just in the right place that they can build that last red. Okay. So Crit now has 2 reds, 2 larges to Sniper's 1. Sniper doesn't really have any advantages to make up for the difference either, other than having destroyed Crit's star. Okay, Sniper builds the G1. Crit builds B2. Probably hoping to overpopulate that B2. Yeah, I think they have correctly determined that that Crit needs to invade that colony now, because if they wait one more turn, I think Sniper should trade that B2 for Y2 and run away. In fact, I think they should have done that last turn. Now they just need to, yeah, they sacrifice it for the trade that they wanted to do anyhow. Crit builds some blue. Sniper builds yellow. Crit builds green, opening up medium greens for Sniper. Sniper can safely build a G2 because the greens that Crit could potentially use to overpopulate are in Crit's home, which is not connected to Sniper's home. Sniper builds yellow, maybe. Yes, they do. They commit. Crit, though, now has the medium yellows open to them. Oh, and they think it's time to go already? Oh, I think they're right. Crit. Okay. Crit could, and I think they were thinking about sacrificing the Y2 to move 2 blues into Sniper's home. Sniper can only capture one of them, after which Crit can sacrifice a G1, build an additional blue for the catastrophe. So Crit could have taken out Sniper's star, but there's no particular reason to use all that material to do it right this minute. With a little more time, Crit can more safely build up enough red and yellow to finish off Sniper's other star safely. Okay. Sniper gets a medium green. Crit again looking at the blue star demolition, and that time they decide they should do it. Alright, Sniper doesn't even bother capturing either of them. Just moves out a yellow. Honestly, I wonder if Crit should try to be more of a nuisance by capturing one of these little yellows. No, they just sacrifice the green for 2 builds. Okay, both of the blue build to demolish the star, and a red build to get closer to the other half of their doomsday machine. Okay, with the destruction of that star, the star map has been rearranged a little bit. Unfortunately, in a way that I think makes it a little more confusing. Crit's ships in a small star are on the attack, and Sniper's small star colony was just a little move out here. So I think it would be more clear if this row was closer to Sniper, but BGA just doesn't have that much logic built in to where it positions things. Sniper sacrificing the G2 to rebuild and get a Y2. All right. It's nice, but I just think they're too late. I think Crit needs Y3. I think if Crit trades their R3 for Y3 right now, yeah, it's all going to be over. Okay, Sniper's got one turn to come up with a miracle. Trading for red. I don't think that does it. Crit sacrifices the Y3. Move a couple of reds into Sniper's home. And for good measure, moves a little red to where it can just move into Sniper's home. But of course, yeah, Sniper could only have defended against Crit, sacrificing to build an additional red in Sniper's home by sacrificing G3 to discover all three, to build all three remaining reds. Yeah, and Sniper had no defense, and so they concede. That was a really nice game. The only blunder was not even all that big of one. Sniper had their Doomsday Machine all lined up, but it had the one weakness that two blue ships were together, and Crit, I think rather foresightfully, prepared two blue ships in a position that they could overpopulate Sniper's two blues if Sniper looked like they were going for the kill. And so Crit took out a critical component of Sniper's Doomsday Machine, and Sniper invested too much to get one of Crit's stars. They couldn't follow up, and we see this most often with newer players, that they take out a star and they've invested too much and can't finish off the other. But it can happen to really strong players too. Sniper had the tools that they needed for both star demolitions. So not a rookie mistake by any means, just a really good defense from Crit, and they turned it around. Great game. I really enjoyed that one. Thanks for watching.